This week on Hoosier News Source, Governor Mike Pence says he's ready to sign a bill that would allow business owners to refuse services to same-sex couples. We'll tell you why he says he supports the legislation.
You know, if you go and read these regulations, it's kind of, ridiculous, but I understand their uniformity.
Plus, more free speech policies at IU come into question. Why WIUX's general manager says the university's banner policies stifle creativity. And a vigil in honor of freshman Amanda Ludwig and her mother Elaine. Neil Hudlin spoke to students and Amanda's family members on how they remembered the two. Hi, thanks for joining us. We hope you had a great spring break. I'm Sydney Franklin. Governor Mike Pence says he's looking forward to signing the Religious Freedom Bill. The Indiana House passed the bill 63-31 on Monday. The Religious Freedom Restoration Act would allow business owners to turn down service for same-sex weddings or other instances that violate their religious beliefs. Governor Pence says, quote, "The legislation SB 101 is about respecting and reassuring Hoosiers that their religious freedoms are intact," end quote. He went on to say, quote, "I strongly support the legislation and applaud the members of the General Assembly for their work on this important issue," end quote. The bill needs another vote of approval from the Senate before it reaches his desk. Tell us what you think about the bill on our Facebook page, IUS TV News. And Governor Pence met with stakeholders in Scott County Wednesday to discuss the recent HIV outbreak. That's just an hour and a half south of Bloomington. As of March 20th, the Indiana State Department of Health has confirmed 55 HIV positive cases and an additional 13 preliminary positive cases. Governor Pence was joined by State Health Commissioner Dr. Jerome Adams and State Epidemiologist Pam Pontones. Pence will issue a public health disaster emergency for Scott County this Thursday. The extent of that order is yet to be determined. The Indiana Office of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating who was behind the so-called ISIS hack of the Indiana Artisans website. The web designer who manages the website that promotes handmade work says the site was hacked by a group called Team System DZ last Saturday. He says that group then posted a message in support of the Islamic State. The director of Indiana Artisans told us the designer was able to fix the website within 6 or 7 hours. He says Homeland Security told him the site may have been vulnerable because of a weakness in the site's publishing platform. IU students' radio station WIUX says the university forced them to take down their Culture Shock banner on Monday. The radio station puts on the Culture Shock concert annually, featuring local artists, and typically posts signs on campus promoting it. This time, though, WIUX's general manager says the university forced them to take down the banner because IU bans external banners from hanging on sides of buildings. She says the university policy stifles business creativity.
How are more people going to know about Culture Shock if we can't do active grassroots marketing techniques like this? And for a school that prides itself on having a world-renowned business program that stresses marketing and creative entrepreneurial efforts, I think this is a prime example of one, and they're taking that away.
You can visit this story on iustv.com for more information on the university's banner policy. Earlier this month, IU lost freshman student Amanda Ludwig and her mother Elaine Ludwig in a car accident. Before spring break, family members, students, and faculty gathered at Showalter Fountain for a candlelight vigil in honor of Amanda and her mother. Neil Hudlin reports.
On March 7th, a car came to a complete stop before being struck by a semi. IU student Amanda Ludwig and her mother Elaine were killed in the crash. 4 days later, a vigil was held at Showalter Fountain in memory of Amanda and her mother.
There was hundreds of people here tonight, and most of them didn't even know her personally. I didn't know her personally, but I just thought it was a really special feeling to know that everyone could relate in some way to how upset they were about what happened to Amanda and her mother.
Her family, sorority, and the IU community were all there to say goodbye.
It's been very rough, not only losing Amanda, but also her mom was in the vehicle as well, so we lost both of them at the same time, which makes it twice as hard, obviously. But me and 5 other members of my family wanted to be here for this vigil when we heard about it, because Amanda looked forward so much to coming to IU. She was so excited to come here, and especially once she joined her sorority.
Neil Hedlund, IUS TV.
Everyone must miss her dearly. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Hoosier News Source. Be sure to check out our website for even more campus and local news. Plus, remember that we want to hear from you. You can like our Facebook page, IUS TV News, and tweet us at Hoosier NW Source. From all of us at IUS TV News, thanks for watching and see you next week.